I created also another game. I still didn't implement it in the website, in our web. I called it an associative game.
Okay.
It's based on IDF-TF search algorithm.
Yep.
And it's kind of looking for many books, and then it's saying what's the best score of what is the score that matching to which book. For example, I still didn't implement it. I just want to say it's still on.
Sorry, can you hear me, guys?
I hear you fine.
Hey everyone.
Hi, Lina, how are you? We can't hear you. We cannot hear you.
You can hear me?
Yakir, yes, we can hear you.
Yakir, I hear you fine.
Okay, great.
I'm in a place that I cannot open my camera, so that's why I'm not without a camera. So, okay, I have this closed. A second. I'll close this one. Yes. So, I'll start off greetings all that we came to this point in the project. Still, there is a lot. I'm already saying that there is a lot of improvements that can be done, and there was a lot of learning to this year that only when we started this, we have no idea what we're getting into in the world of websites and the worlds of full stack. And the whole system of Lara, that is a system that should be learned. And now we
seem to have done very well starting from that point.
Yes, so we got improvement. We get up and scale up the ladder. There's a lot of improvements can be done, but I think it's for the time השקענו? מישהו שיעזור לי? Invested the time we invested in the development and to the study. I think it's a good product. Still, we got a lot of to improve. Okay, I'm not naive about it. So this is it. So I'll start. This is our logo. We made some logo.
I like the logo. It's nice.
Yes. I really did it by myself. Okay, so Lara, it's based on your platform that Geneva. Okay, I put an appendix. I go into straight to the forward. Original Lara, your website, and Lara SVN. Okay, version control that I'm basing on it. We wanted to make some platform that will give students that are learning the first or second language. Yakir, can you put yourself on mute or I'm hearing myself twice. Thank you. We wanted to create some platform that that will give some tools to train to give another exercise and training for students that are learning the first or second language. I don't know if it's matching to the first language, but it's somewhere there. It's near the first language, but it can be done. It can be improvement to go toward the first language, but I can say that it can help for a second language. I've been testing it on my friends that are not so good in English, and I let them learn English, and they were really happy and satisfied from this system. Still, there's some bugs. And after this is a funny story that after we started to develop the system, I saw a lot of games that started to, a lot of systems that trying to make something as we did, even they did it better, but it's really nice to see that it's really going on. There is a website called Morphix. They started also implementing this all phrase training stuff. So I'm going straight to the topology, how this all works. Okay, so we have this Lara SVN that we're going to asynchronically merge it to our file directory. Okay, until now it's made locally. Okay, I did the SVN, get to this link, clone, and there's another commander, but we did it. Okay, we merged it to our project DB. Our project DB formally is the directories, okay, file directories, and then we handle this logic that the game creator, okay, it's dynamic code that get into the file directories, and from there it's taking each directory and from each phrases and each story, it's created its own games. I'll show you. And there is a classic backend, front end. It's still it can be implemented as many workers and with the leader elections. Zookeepers will just showed you in the TF IDF. I can make it work in many shows. And it can be, and it's, I see how I can scale it out to get many users, okay, and even get it.
Yeah, this looks good. Yeah.
Okay, so how the process is going on. Okay, I'll just hop in. Okay, I'll try to. This is our. Oh, it's not good, looking good. I go straight to the formal picture. Let's see if I have it here. Just a second. I didn't know that it's in low resolution.
Oh, it's readable. Don't worry.
It's readable, yes.
It's readable? Okay.
Yeah, it's
So
fine.
I wanted to show okay, so this is our actor. It can be user, it can be guest. Okay, if it's a guest, new guest, you can register, and then there is a post to our DB. Our DB is implemented into, I'm jumping forward, but we're using Flask as the main platform for the backend and the front end. And in Flask and in Python, we can use SQL Alchemy. It's kind of just SQL server, but it's running natively on Flask and Python. So we have on the same web, we have also Flask and also the database. So each user can register it to the database, and then he got created his user. After this, he can log in, and after he log in, he can watch his statistics of winning and losing in the games. I'll show what games we have. Then even if he's not registered, he can get into the platform as a guest, and then he can pick his level and language. And then if he picked beginner, intermediate, and an expert, he can pick each game matching to his level. Okay, so the logic that is standing behind each level is that simple games that making the action of picking and not feeling on writing is the most simplest games. Okay, so they go into the beginners, match voice to the text, match text to the voice, selecting missing word. Okay, after this, the intermediate games going to fill the missing words. Okay, I've missed the S, but it's missing words. It's more than one word. After this, it's drag a word into matching box. we're giving them a long phrase and breaking down to many objects, and then you should drag into the right place and create the good the matching phrase that matching to the real phrase. Okay, after this selecting missing words coupled. Okay, so it's not, I'm not mistaken. It's fill the missing word. Okay, it's the first filling, and after this is selecting two missing words that coupled, that one near each other. The expert is going to fill the two missing words separated. Okay, it's mean that if we have a sentence with 10 words, it can be the third word and the seventh word, okay? Missing, and you should fill it. Fill the two missing words coupled, okay, when they're near each other, and select two missing words separated, okay? So
this is all very logical. I like it.
And of course, we can make a lot of other games that spread this logic. All of them aggregating, and if they also log in, we store this in the SQL database, and then, as I said before, we can watch the progression and logic. Okay. Any question about it? Clear?
Not exactly a question, but look, hearing what you're saying here, I think that I can't remember. Have you met Branislav, our Icelandic collaborator? Rena knows him well.
He was, I think, at the first meeting, but later he disappeared.
Yeah, he was very busy organizing the conference, of course. I think he would find this extremely interesting because he's involved heavily in Lara and also in another project in Iceland called Icelandic Online. And I've played a bit with the Icelandic Online site, and they have games that are related to the ones you have here. So I think he would see this as a very interesting way to tie together two things he's been working on for a long time. So we should definitely tell Branislav about it. He will be fascinated.
So we are recording, and the guys will show.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and the platform, David, did you mention that you already uploaded all the code to Rico? Okay, that it's working.
I uploaded.
I saw that.
Maybe we will have some problems with it because Rocco is going on payment next month, but now I'm learning AWS platform, so I'll probably upload it to AWS. There's a light sale over there, so I know how to manage it. It's all fine. Okay? But just I'm saying that maybe not will be this link, it will be another link. Anyway, everyone can copy the Git clone from GitHub and stuff. Okay, so can I proceed with the?
Please.
Yeah, please show us.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So just about just a second. No, not this. So again, okay. So as I mentioned, we have a database. It's really simple. We tried to make it really simple. As we mentioned, I didn't try to complicate it. We have a main table that holding the UID of user. It's contain email, password, timestamp, and each game has its own table. Okay, so if I send in a query that want to find how many wins we have in game 8, so I matching it with the foreign key of UID. Here it is, and then I look in the counter. Okay. If it's win, it's 1. If it's no, it's 0. And then I can see a win-lose ratio. Okay?
Yeah.
So it's really simple. One to many, and etc. Okay, so what we had on the roadmap. We done learning importing. I should put it in the first now when I presenting it. We learned how to importing Lara Flask files, creating abstract HTML, routing Lara story to Flask, building games, building backend, frontend, creating registry login system, progression dashboard, and creating level badges.
Yeah, you've done a lot of work.
Yeah, future features. Okay, we want to develop, improving UI UX, creating more game based on pictures. Okay, I had this idea of Google scraping, okay, but I wanted to, now I have the capabilities to do it with Zookeeper that I always running in the background, many workers that they always will scrap some pictures and they will build this database. But I think I know how to create this gains of based on pictures and that pictures that relevant to our games. Okay, and as I mentioned, working as a distributed system, maintaining a full list of working games in Lara. Okay, we should maintain this. Phrase fail summoning for retraining. I mean, when I'm saying this, I mean if we have someone that failed again and again on the same sentence, we want him to train on this sentence specifically.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, that's a common theme in these. Yeah,
Yes.
I've seen several papers on that idea.
Yeah, so and no way that it's out of the scope of this project, but I showed, Rina, you didn't saw this, just a second, I created this game of associative game, okay? In another course, but I tried to get it inside. I wanted to create associative games that based on phrases, okay? So if we have this progression, if we have this failed summoning, I can try to find the sentence that look like or sound like the sentence that the student failed over and over, and I can train him on a family of sentence that he failed in on. Okay, so I'm still thinking how to implement it in this. So I'll do it with IDF-TFs because IDF-TF can help us with this. Okay, so this is in back of my mind how we say. Bug fixing inside games, we still have many bugs because of syntax inside the phrase, like special signs that we need to handle them, and I need we need to more improve it. Okay.
What do you mean by words without symbols?
For example, there is just a second. There is this symbol. Okay, there's this comma, and there is another special comma that in the other way. I think this one. Yes, this one.
We try to reproduce the original orthography as closely as possible, so that is a bit annoying, I know.
Yeah. So, but I have many ideas, but I'll put it in the front. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Future learning language in fun way, progression in learning, many difficult sounds, a range of users. Both in language that Lara supports, generated games for each language. So this is it. Here I mentioned how to locally install it, run locally. If I have the server that has a public IP that just going inside, this is how I do it. Even I did it once. I didn't put it in here, but I created with Dockers also, containers and Dockers. Some instruction how to deploy it in Heroku. After Heroku will close to free tier, I'll add how to upload it to AWS Lightsail. Contributing and adding more games, I think this is most important. First of all, how to add more games, okay? This is for the future if we will have more ideas, so I documented it. We'll start off creating a relation from user to a game, okay? You want me to show you the code itself, how it's a little bit messy, I need to improve it. But the user table in SQL Alchemy it's not as classical as MySQL, PostgreSQL, and Microsoft SQL. Inside each table, you should mention. It's a little bit. It's reminded it, but you just need to relate also from the external table and also from only from the external table and not from the internal table. For example, when you say you put in MySQL foreign key, you reference it from the table that receiving the foreign key. Here, you do it the opposite. You do it from the main table where it holds the PK and where it should publish its keys. Okay, this is why you.
I see it's the other way around. Okay, no, I hadn't seen this before.
This is how it's different. It's different model. Yep. After this, you creating a table for the game. Okay, it's I put here. You should switch the X with the hash in the items. Then you create in the table for the game. After this, you creating the route in the Flask itself. Here you put the logics of the game. Once you have the logic, this is the game. It's returned into the temple. Flask is working on templates. You familiar with Flask?
I know it. I've looked at the documentation a little bit. I've never used it.
It's a lot of it's remind a lot of PHP. It injects items to front end where there is a spaces of PHP. I saw you created a lot of items with PHP. I guess you're familiar.
Yeah, I have worked a little bit on the PHP code. That was not my part of the project really, but
okay.
I've had to learn how it works.
So it's really remind PHP. It's just injecting the templates, the items we send it. Here is the render template. Okay. Let you browse the store and etc. Okay. Once you have the story, you can create this game. You need also to send and receive to the route. This is the method that handle it. Make sure you're creating some bit. You also need to create some bit route and options. And this is if he answer right or wrong. Okay. If it's wrong, it's a bad answer. If it's right, it's a good answer. I'll show it. And also it's committing to the database. Okay, This is the item. Environment variables.
Simple, yeah.
As you saw, this is some screenshots, and now I'll show the project. This is the appendix as I showed before. So let's start off. This is homepage. Okay, let's say I'm a beginner. I want to learn English.
You've got Irish as well.
Okay, Irish. So what we have seen.
No, I don't know Irish. Do one of the other languages. But we should tell the Irish people. They'll be very interested. I'm sure they have no idea about this.
Okay, just a second. I'll stop sharing and put on the voice sharing also. Okay, just a second.
Oh yeah.
It can be any language. It's just we downloaded currently 4 languages, but it can be infinite number of languages.
Now you have Bangala as well. Does this work on a mobile?
Yes, but I need to improve the CSS that it will handle. You just can open your phone and get entered, and it can work on. I worked it with on the iPhone, but I need to improve the CSS that it will be mobile first. I didn't do it.
But it will be fit to the screen, you mean?
Yes.
Right.
The Bangala people will find this very interesting. Yes, again, I had no idea that you were doing this.
So I'm sorry. I'm sorry for me. I guess I have some many mistakes on the the English prefix.
No problem.
For this, I wrote it really fast. Let's go in English. What we have here? We have the original story. Okay, open a new. Okay, I'll just click it. The original story of Alice in Wonderland that you created. Okay, we have the story itself. We can read it and stuff. So and now after we read it, we can train on it. Okay. Still, for example, as I saw before, we need to improve of these symbols that I need to clean it. But for now, I think it's good to improve the game.
Just wait a minute. I'm sitting next to the person who recorded Alice in Wonderland. Kathy might want to look at this. They've done a game based on your text. Please go on.
On Wonderlands?
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, okay, hello. What happened? I
think this is my user.
Okay, I don't. You just logged in?
Yes, 1 hour ago.
Yeah, I have a bug. I didn't saw it, but it's a bug. Login all in the same time. I thought. Okay, so I'll fix it. I didn't know it's.
Okay.
I need to handle the sessions. Okay, so I'll go inside and go in English.
Mhm.
So match the initial to phrase. So hello, Yakil Maimon. What's the phrase that matched?
Will you walk a little faster? Said a whiting to a snail.
Okay,
There's a porpoise close behind
I'll
us,
pick it.
and he's treading on my tail.
I'll pick the wrong answer,
Yeah.
bad answer.
Everything's got a moral, if only you can find it.
Right answer, okay. So this is a game. Now I'll go to my account. Now look to the dashboard. Oh, first of all, I have level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, level 1, level 2, and there's these numbers. After this, I saw this statistic. I played 3 games, win rate of 66%, and the number of games is red, number of wins is green. Okay, if I didn't played, I don't have any statistics. Let's say we all play another cool game. I need still improve the UI, UX. I know, but
It's still at early stage, I can see, but yeah, I understand. The functionality seems very sensible.
yeah. So I really like this game. Just a second. How I there's a little bit. Just a second. How I do it?
Part of
Do
the
this.
screen,
Okay.
yes.
So this is the phrase.
The king's argument was that anything that had a head could be beheaded, and that you weren't to talk nonsense.
Argument that anything was a nonsense. Okay, drag and drop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is cool, but this is not working on mobile. I tried many times. It's not working there. Okay, but this
Okay,
is the
well.
really, I think it's really cool game.
Alice waited till the eyes appeared,
Alice
and then nodded.
well waited till the eyes appeared, and then okay, submit, right answer. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see some of complicated games from the expert. English, for example, filling the missing words, for example. This is challenging because
Goodbye, feet. For when she looked down at her feet, they seemed to be almost out of sight. They were getting so far off.
they were getting for when, and they getting.
They were getting so far.
They
Yeah.
were getting. Okay. There's sometimes it has bugs because here, for example, because there is a sign, it's a little bit broke, but let's put another game. Sometimes it's happened. This is when I said that we need to improve the bugs. Let's see, fill the missing words too. Select the missing words. It should be
Herald, read the accusation, said the king.
Herald, read the.
Read the accusation. Yes, so read the and read.
What happened? It's a.
This answer so confused poor Alice that she let the dormouse go on for some time without interrupting it.
Okay, this answer have.
Should be summon so.
Okay. So sometimes we have the special signs, and I still need a little bit improvement. If
you don't know what a griffin is, look at the picture.
So it's you.
Okay. I need to improve it, but
no, I can see it's the idea is very clear.
Yeah, but I don't know. Never mind. I won't debug it right now for it to work. But this game is worked. We need to do more tests. Okay, so this is the games. This is the main idea. You want to let's select the missing word.
The miserable hatter dropped his teacup and bread and butter and went down on one knee.
Okay. So this is the games, and here the statistic is created. A little bit improvement should be done. A little bit more improvement.
It's not quite stable yet. I can see that, but yeah, not far off.
for example, Banglara. I started to learn.
It's an interesting language, isn't it?
While I'll test it, the first story was Banglara, Mangiri. Already know this.
You're probably the only person in Israel who knows any Mangala.
Baldu, Wandu Bidni.
It's easy. Okay, so this is the games.
I think it was the last one, wasn't it? So yeah. No, this is great. The Bangala people will be very interested. I will let everyone know about this stuff. A lot of people will want to see it.
Yeah, I can upload more stuff, but I need more space. I uploaded 4 games for 4 language for example, because I limited on 500 megabytes on.
Yeah, audio takes a lot of space, of course.
Yeah. For addition, I suggested Rina that I can work. I want to
to volunteer.
Volunteer to continue working on this with your team.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Yeah, this is very interesting. Many people would want to collaborate with you.
That's I will glad to help, and maybe Akil also. I'm just saying about myself, but we will help. Personally, I will love to continue with this and etc. Okay,
that would be terrific.
Okay, this is it, and this is the next game that I want to implement. Okay, the associative game based on TF-IDF, the MVP. It's the user guessed. Rina didn't saw it, but let's say it's kind of surprise. User guessed request game from game server. Pick a phrase from list of random story from the story directory. Run TF-IDF on each query. Okay. Phrase in you familiar with TF-IDF?
I've used it quite many projects. Yeah.
Phrase in each story in each directory. I mean, we randomize a phrase or a word or a phrase from a random directory, random story. I pick random phrase from one of known. It's from one of the stories that in the directory. Okay. After this, after I pick the random phrase, I run and okay, disconnected. You can take. So I'll continue this. This is something that I'm working on. TF-IDF. It's running a score on the phrase on each story and picking the first 4. After this, it's creating the score by percentage because the ITF-DF giving you some numbers that's not really matching the percentage. And after this, I fetch in the main website with this. This is the class. Okay, it's based on Zookeeper that making leader election and service discovery. That because the TF-IDF is need a lot of resources and a lot of computation. So I made it with the Zookeeper using also Flask, and there is a model in Python that called Kazoo, and this is how it's worked. It's really nice. I'm working on it, but in the future I want to implement it. For example, this is the game. This is the word distributing. Distributing is most matched to the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. After this, the unique storybooks and the wonderful wizard. Being sufficient for a man, Frankenstein, modest proposal, the Count of Monte Cristo, and the Salt of Black Folks. Yes, so
it's quite funny. Yes.
Yes. So this is a cool game. I download the stories from there is a website. I don't remember, but it's free stories. A lot of free stories over there.
Yeah. There's a lot of sites like this. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's working as a distributed system. This is what I'm planning for next. And this is all. this is our project.
No, this is good. As I said, a lot of people will find this interesting. I will put out the word.
Someone want to add some?
David, no, I just wanted to tell that very good progress, and I think it's really working. We just maybe have to fix the bugs and also some misspelling in English.
Yes.